joint, Jay.
Yeah.
How important is it in boxing? We were talking about negotiations and how fighters don't necessarily want to be in the room. It's a whole lot of intricacies that us as fans or us on the outside aren't aware of, especially on the top level. How important is it for a fighter to have a good team, whether it's training staff, management, promotion, advisor?
What I would like to think is you want a team that's going to be honest with you. Everybody, from the management down to the training team. You want people that's honest. I don't like the word honest because I don't think nobody's honest. I don't like the word loyal because I don't think nobody's loyal. The reason I think that is because you never know what'll make a person act outside of themselves and show their true colors. I mean, some people are addicted to drugs. Some people are addicted to the opposite sex. Some people are addicted to the same sex. Some people are addicted to money. You know what I mean? And it'll make them act up. So I think as long as you got people keeping it real with you, I think that's the most important part. And people that's going to tell you the truth about what you look like and what you're up against. And, you know what I mean? And be honest about the business situation too, the money and stuff like that. But you don't really find that. But if you can, I mean, it's great, but it's very important.
Does it take from a fighter performance, training, etc., when he's too worried about the business?
Yeah, it does, because your job is to be the animal. And so imagine if a tiger dressed up in fatigue and tried to be a hunter. It wouldn't work. This wouldn't. That's not who he is. He's not an actual hunter with a gun. His job is to be a tiger. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Imagine if a shark tried to be a dog. It's not. You can't do that. You gotta be who you are. I mean, you're a fighter. And some people gonna say that sounds stupid, but what I'm trying to say is we would like to think that all fighters are businessmen. They're not. People be like, yo, how they spend all that money? A lot of people don't grow up managing money. You know what I mean? They would like to think so because they can count. Just because you can count don't mean you can manage. You know what I'm saying? And just because you have a lot of followers don't mean you understand business. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So, I don't know, man. The more you focus on one thing, the more you lose on the other. So I think if a fighter focusing on being a businessman, I think he'll lose that kill streak. He'll be more into the money and the opportunities. So that's when you see fighters going to be models, they're going to go be movie stars, I mean, stuff like that, but then they fall short in the ring. It happens. You know what I'm saying? Mayweather, I believe, is not a businessman. I don't believe that. The reason I don't believe that, I think he's the type of guy who's so great at performing, when you come to him with a number, he either like it or he don't. Now, once you come to him with that number and he like it, all right, what you need me to do? This is what we want you to do. All right, I got you, no problem. So when the reason I say that, Dancing with the Stars, WWE, you know what I'm saying? He did those things pretty well because that's what he does. He's a performer. You know what I'm saying? All boxers can't dance. So that was like entertaining to see him dancing with real dancers.
You can dance his ass off.
And he did a great job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All fighters can't dance. It's a lot of people that can't dance. They can't entertain, but he can. But be a businessman at that magnitude at the same time, I don't believe he's looking at every little thing.
Do you think he gets a lot of credit for stuff that Al Heyman's done or cultivated?
I think he get a lot of credit for a lot of the things being done around him, almost like he did it himself. But there's no way you can do it by yourself. It's never been a man in history to do anything by himself. Even these scientists that they be saying they invented things or they came up with things or they figured out things, they had teams. But they was just the head. They was the lead. You know what I mean? So it's just like with boxing though. A lot of coaches be getting a lot of credit when they got a whole team around them. And the guys that play the second or the guys you never hear about that get called in to do little special shit, they don't get no credit.
Now, Greg, you were a fighter. You kind of went at it on your own.
Yeah, for sure.
If you had to do it all over again, all right, knowing what you know now, what team are you rolling out? And it don't got to be trainer because I don't want to disrespect anybody. I'm talking about management and promotion. Which route would you go? Young Greg is coming out coming out now?
Honestly, I felt like I could have been anywhere. The reason I felt like I could be anywhere because my personality back then, even now, you know what I mean? But back then, I had a lot of energy and I knew how to draw people. I still know how to draw people, but that's not my thing anymore. But I know how to do it. So I could have been with the Zone. I could have been with Top Rank. I could have been with PBC. I could have been anywhere. I would have made it pop. Anywhere I went, I would have made it pop for sure.
Knowing what you know about the companies, though, what do you think would be the best fit, though?
Either Top Rank or PBC, one of them. I just like how they move. And they move different. That's the funny part. They move different, but I like how they move.
Top Rank, nobody's going to build the fighter, in my eyes, like Top Rank.
Yeah, they're the best at building.
But then when the fighter gets a certain to a level, it seemed like Heyman can just take him just up a notch.
Yeah, because he knew when and where. Like he knew. Like when he took Tank to Atlanta, that was smart.
Yo, and remember, Atlanta hadn't had boxing since
like Holyfield or some shit.
And now everybody want to throw shows in Atlanta. It's funny.
Exactly. So when he did that, boom. But then all right, I'm gonna hit y'all in the head with this. I'm gonna take Tank to DC. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, yeah. As long as they know what they doing, I will fuck with them.
What I was told is that Philly was actually the first choice, but there weren't any dates open. I would have loved that, man.
I mean, we're gonna have our day. Our day coming soon.
Tank, if you're listening, please.
Our day coming soon for sure. Philly gonna have these big shows again. It's coming back. And I mean, people gotta understand a lot of big fights was held at the Spectrum back in the day. So Philly was the spot at one time. Blue Horizon was the spot at one time. So, you know what I mean? We had to actually give other places a chance.
I need a Cool Boy Boots card, man.
Yeah, I think that's gonna happen.
A Teeth on the undercard, Paul Crawl, Jabril Noble.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen.
I need that, man.
I think it's gonna happen, for sure. I definitely see that for 2024. 2024, I see a big card in Philly, a big card.
Philly versus the world, man.
That's how it always been.